Bordell's record way.
Yeah.
Yay, yay, yay. This is Moses E. Williams Jr. Moses Motivation Mindset. Birdel's Record Way. Mr. Birdel himself. And I have the wonderful, no, stay right there.
Hello. Reverend Diane.
There you go, Reverend Diane. And here he is, the original man himself,
That's
Mr.
right.
Praise God, Joe Long.
There you go.
Long, Mr. Birdel.
Yes, and how did you
Tell
get?
him a little story.
Hey, how did you get started in Birdell's record?
It's all go back 1957. Now, that's a long time.
Very.
I started working for a guy named Benjamin Steiner in 1957, and I like music. One of the Heartbeats, a brother named Wally Roker, was the bass singer of the Heartbeats, and he used to come in from Queens. And he liked me right away, and he said, Joe, I want to put you in the record business. I said, I don't want to go in the record business because I have a job. And so he said, where were you? I said, I'm working out at Rand's Dry Cleaners and I'm satisfied. So he said, no, don't be satisfied because you got a head for music. I said, oh, I didn't know that. I always liked music. And I came up here from North Carolina at the age of 16, right out of high school.
Amazing.
And then I worked for Rand for 2 years, and right after then, Wally told Birdel, the owner, the original owner at that time, Benjamin Steiner, that I got a man for you to run this store. And so Ben said to me, introduce yourself. So I said, I will work for you, but I'm going to give you 10 years. I'm young now. And I said, after 10 years, if I don't buy it, I want to buy it. And if you don't want to sell it, I'm going to get my own store. So he said, I'm going to retire in 10 years and you can be able to get the store.
That's amazing.
And that's what happened.
Wow. And fast forward, when did you retire? What year?
2007.
2007.
And what I had during that time was me being 70 years old and in the record business 50 years. So I call it 50-70. And that was the kind of party I had.
Wow.
And
since during that period of time, who was in your store? Name a few celebrities.
Oh, God, everybody from Al Green, James Brown and I became close friends.
Yes.
That's how Al Sharpton got to know me from James Brown. Chaka Khan has been there. Isaac Hayes has been there. Barry White has been there. Melba Moore has been there. And my friend, Notorious Biggie.
See Isaac Hayes?
Let me do Isaac Hayes. Hold on a second.
See him right here? Shot
Wow. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was in there.
Wow. Okay.
And the late Gil Scott Heron right there.
Gil Scott Heron?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
That's Gil Scott Heron. That's who wanted to
That's
sell.
Amazing.
But you know, one of the things too, during the time, Biggie used to come to my store.
Yes.
And with a friend of his, and they wanted to get old music. 45.
Yes.
So I used to let him go down the basement and they would stay like a half a day all day. And so Biggie told me, he said, you know what, Birdel? I said, what, Biggie? He said, I'm going to be big one day because I'm getting the right stuff out of your place and I'm going to be mixing and all, and I'm not going to forget you. I said, okay. I said, but Biggie, you ain't got to do nothing. Do just what you do now. Right down Folsom Street, going down there, drinking your little wine, smoking your reefers, and partying that right there, that's all you're going to be. He said, no, I'm going to fool you. And so when he got big, he didn't disappoint me. He came and
He's a man of his word.
He called me, came and did an autograph. We had to block off the street and everything. He was there for about 3 hours.
He proved you wrong, huh?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew him. So when they have all this stuff for Biggie now and all, you know, so some of the people knew of me, but I don't. I can't say. His mother I met years ago before she passed. She just passed last year.
Okay.
And so I used to tell.
Biggie's mother?
Yeah, Biggie's
Okay,
mother.
okay.
She just died a year ago.
Okay.
But I stayed with the business. We had seminars. We had my idea and aiming was to get a change.
Okay, 2 more minutes.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
and at one time, I had 3 stores. I was looking to be like Corvettes.
Yes.
EJ Corvettes with the stores, different stores. And that was all out there. You had Colony
Yes.
and the Record Shack in Harlem.
Yes.
So I wanted to be a man. So I had a partner. I took on a partner because I had wanted to do 3 stores. We got as far as 3 stores, but the partner, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He
Yeah.
wasn't the man that I was looking for. So we had to dissolve partnership, and I took on. So I did that through my community board because I told them that I am not going to stay in the community. I was the chair of the Bedford-Stuyvesant Community Board for 7 years.
Wow.
So you'll see the proclamation. This was one of the biggest records that we sold during my time. Was, Elvis Presley.
Wow.
That was one of the big records, yeah.
Okay. Elvis Presley right here, yes.
These, proclamations I got, things I got from the church, from the Congress people, and all. But
That's great. But the interesting part, to all my subscribers, the interesting part, he's a regular passenger who was taking the Accessoride, came from shopping, and then it all started with the Reverend. Well, she's in the back now preparing for the food, and we just started the conversation. She was the one that made the announcement and the history, and then the open door of the Birdie's Records. So it's fantastic. This is where you know that Brooklyn, no matter what you may think of Brooklyn now, Brooklyn will always and still is big.
Thank you.
Yes, and so thank you very much, Birdie, for your time.
No problem, no problem. It's in the
Thank you, Reverend.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Yay, yay! Moses Motivation Mindset. You can't get any better than that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.